Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing a product called Tubics. So Tubics I first came across probably about 12 months ago, I think, maybe even a bit longer on appsumo.com. If I recall correctly, that timeline, it was definitely on AppSumo anyway, where I came across it. If you're not familiar with AppSumo, it's a really nifty website where you can find really good deals on software and other products for online marketing and online business. There are often some really fantastic deals there, to be honest, to be had. And Tubics was one of those companies advertising a deal. Now, I didn't take the deal at the time. I wasn't really doing much with YouTube then, and wasn't really that interested in it, to be honest. From my own business perspective. So I just remembered the name and parked it, and then recently got back into using Tubics. So what I want to do in this review is just cover really the pros and cons of Tubics as I see it, what it can do for you, what the purpose of the product is. A couple of things I want to note to clarify. One is I haven't paid for a subscription yet. I'm only on a free trial, but I have used all of the features that would come with the paid pro version, as far as I'm aware. This is basically a fully featured trial. So you get everything you would get with a paid subscription. They just cap you at a certain number of days. So there's that piece. Secondly, I don't claim to be the world's preeminent sort of foremost YouTube expert in terms of growing a big channel. So some of the things I say in here, other people may disagree with, but I know enough about the platform to be dangerous, basically. So anyway, let's dive in and start. So if you're looking at this review, you've probably got an idea about what Tubics is and what it does. But just to reiterate, basically Tubics is a online applications, a software as a service platform that is basically designed to help you get better results from your YouTube channel. Just with a normal website, you've got SEO. There's basically this concept of video SEO for YouTube, or YouTube SEO, you might want to call it, which is all about how you upload your videos, how you tag them, how you write descriptions, how you put thumbnails, the keywords you select, all those kinds of things go into trying to determine or help to determine the success or failure in some instances of your channel. So it's not a platform that's really interested in YouTube advertising, for example. It's really on that sort of organic building up it, organic following, building up a presence on YouTube, building up a good channel. Now, the key reason and sort of purpose I was wanting to get out of Tubics was basically to use the video auditor. I don't know if that's the exact name of the tool, but that's basically what I call it. So what Tubics has is a really nifty little functionality, which I'll show you in a minute, which is basically going to go through all of the videos you've uploaded and help you identify things you've done well and then things you haven't done quite so well. There's actually a channel level analysis as well from the dashboard. You can see it here. So you can see with my channel, I get 9 positive checks and then 1 warning, which is that my channel name isn't set as a tag, but all the other things, I've got a good channel description, I've got channel art, I've got featured channels, I upload frequently, I've got video tags, all of my videos have got HD quality, all those kinds of things show really well. So checks is obviously good. That means something you've passed. Warnings like, hey, be wary of this, and then errors are things you really want to get on top of quickly. You can see I've got a good rating here. There's a whole lot of interesting stuff on the dashboard. I can see how my most recent uploads are performing. So you can see here I actually just uploaded this literally today. Now, to give you a little bit of context, a lot of the videos I upload are probably never going to perform particularly well on YouTube because most of my content that I create is really aimed primarily at LinkedIn. That's where most of my clients for my consulting business come from. I really use YouTube more as a repository, and part of my interest is in saying, can I take something that's made for another platform and turn it into something that's actually quite useful, as not only a sort of marketing medium, but also as a way of driving traffic and leads and sales. So I'm making my videos for a totally different platform. They're not the best length for YouTube as a rule. A lot of my content isn't actually the type of content that you can really easily optimize for keywords. So for example, if I look at this video here, 10 free digital marketing tools to grow your business, this video I made for YouTube. It's quite a long video, about 21 minutes long. I picked a keyword there, free digital marketing tools. You can see it's already started to pick up some views. This video here is more of a vlog, to be honest, but made really for the audience I've got on LinkedIn. I just put it on YouTube for anyone who's interested in watching it. And some people might find it, but there's not really a specific keyword I'm targeting or anything like that. So just to give you a bit of context around how I do things. So anyway, this is the Tubics dashboard. Very clear, very easy to understand, very simple to work with. You can see some basic stats. I've got 141 uploads, this many views, this many subscribers. As I said earlier, this pretty bad stats by YouTube standards. But to reiterate, YouTube is very much a secondary thing for me. Part of my motivation with trying Tubics was to see what I could actually get out of it. So let's go through now and start looking at some of the other features and functions of the platform. So the key area you're probably going to spend most of your time in is this piece here, which is called videos. So we're going to wait for that to load up. So videos is where you can actually see the analysis of all the videos you've uploaded. So if you see a video with a red band up the side, that means there are errors, things you can improve, opportunities for optimization. If you see a green banner or stripe up the side, then what you're being told by Tubics is basically you've done your optimization work. So if we take a look at this video I uploaded most recently, you can see here that it's going to start showing me the analysis, and it's going to tell me the things I've done wrong. So my biggest error, according to Tubics, is I haven't set a focus keyword. If you don't set a focus keyword, which is the keyword you're trying to rank for, it becomes hard for the system to sort of say, hey, you've used that keyword enough times in your description and your tags and everything. My tags for this video have less than 250 characters. My title is quite short. And I'm not using any clickable links in my description. So what I'll do now is talk you through how this whole process works. So what we're going to do is start with a focus keyword. Now, this video, as I mentioned earlier, is not really intended to be a YouTube style video. I uploaded it, originally to LinkedIn in light of the fact that a lot of businesses with this COVID-19 crisis at the moment that's going around at the time I film this are being sometimes a little bit misguided in their marketing messaging. So saying things that might not go down too well, making offers that probably won't resonate particularly well with people's mindset at the moment. So that was something I wanted to communicate to the business owners that I sort of talked to on LinkedIn. But anyway, let's imagine that this title was the actual keyword we wanted to go after. So let's say it was the focus keyword, just for argument's sake. Well, what we can do now is add that focus keyword, and we can then see pretty much straight away that what happens is Tubics actually updates its scene. I've picked up a focus keyword. It's removed that error, and now it's reanalyzed the video. So pretty straightforward. So now it's telling me, hey, my tags have less than minimum of 250 characters. So if I come down here to the tag section, you can see actually that's true. So if I paste that in as an example, and it's going to suggest some other things here, I might do, marketing, messaging, things like, how do I market my business with COVID-19, all sorts of stuff. I'll just make it up to the character count, put a couple of other things in. Bear with me for a second. So you can see here, that last one was misspelled, but you can see here now that piece has gone away. It's actually, removed that error. Now you can see here my title is less than 40 characters. Let's update that as well. We'll not use the name of the particular crisis in question, because I believe YouTube sort of frowns upon that for fake news reasons, but let's update it anyway. So we'll use that. Now that's removed. Now we can add a clickable link. So I might say, hey, check out my main website for more information. So we could say, check out this is my website here for more info. And once again, you should see this disappear if it picks it up as a clickable link. So if it hasn't, what we just have to do is come back and add in that, and that should pick up now as being a clickable link. Yep, there you go. And now the only warning we've got left is that the first paragraph of the description contains only parts of your focus keyword. So if we come along here, and change this to say, hey, here's how to be aware of your marketing messaging. And will now hopefully see that go away. And there you go. You can see that it's basically, it's basically fixed up that analysis. I've no longer got any warnings or errors. It's all green. The YouTube thumbnails showing up as safe for safe search, all those kinds of things. So basically what this process does is encourages you to work through step by step, the focus keyword, the title, the description, the tags, all those kinds of things. It will suggest tags to you as well. You can preview how it's going to look. And then you get your analysis. And then what we do is we hit update on YouTube, and it's going to publish those updates. Now, the updates go out via API, so it's perfectly safe for use with your YouTube account. And now you can see, hey, this is pretty cool. It's now got the green stripe up the side. The video's optimized. I'm already #1 for that keyword. As I said, it's probably no one's ever going to search it, but that wasn't the point of this video. And you can see that the video is public. So all you're going to do with Tubics basically is work your way through your video list and slowly optimize these videos, probably focusing on the ones that have got, the highest traffic potential keywords. But it's a very simple system to use. You just find a video. If I go all the way back, say in the history of the channel, you can go right back to your sort of earlier uploads. I'm going to try and find something here. So this is a video that's been getting a few views for me recently, and you can see here, once again, same process. I mean, this has got no focus keyword. It's got, a tiny little description, 246 characters. It's got, basically no tags. So I would go through and repeat that process and update it, and then I'd be done. So that's the key functionality of Tubics. It does this piece really well. And I'll come to my sort of opinions on it and whether or not it's worth using for this function later on. But as far as how it works, it's really simple. Very effective. It's kind of gamified, like you see the warnings and the errors and the green and red colors. So it's a very simple traffic light system. You're either doing well or you're not. So that is how you use the main video auditing and optimization functionality in Tubics. Continuing on, there's a rankings tool. So on the free plan I'm on, you get up to 25 keywords to track. You can say I've used 17 of them, and it's going to show you your rank and sort of, are you improving? So you can see here, for example, that this video, how to check rankings of your website on Google, that's jumped up 7 positions to #8. And then you can actually preview as well, which is pretty cool. So you can see here, I'm actually, according to this, I'm #6. So, getting better every minute. But there you go. That's how you use this tool. So pretty easy to work with here. Once again, you're only getting a certain number of keywords to track. 25. I'll come to that shortly. But once again, adding the keywords is really easy. You can just add them in bulk or one at a time, and you save. Moving on, there's a tags tool. So it can help you suggest tags. So if I was just going to create a video called digital marketing tutorial, it's going to suggest a whole lot of tag ideas for me. So you can see all of these different tag ideas. Now, the tag ideas, and I'll come back to this actually when I talk about the video ideas as well. So just to move on to one other point, there's also this piece called video ideas. It works kind of the same way. You put in a topic, and you can see here, going to give me some suggestions. Now I could add this, you can build a content plan. You can see I've been playing around that here, and you can also manually add ideas as well. Both of these features, so tags and video ideas, they're kind of good, but the problem is you don't really get a lot of suggestions unless I'm doing something massively wrong. When I add these in, it's not actually now popping up more suggestions. There's far more keywords than this. If you were to go onto, say, YouTube and type this in and see the auto suggested, the list would continue a very long time. If you went to any other kind of keyword tool, it would make a lot more suggestions. So I feel like the tags and the video ideas features are not particularly well put together when you compare it to the videos auditing optimization piece and the rankings piece. And the final tool there is a competition tool. So you can actually paste in a competitor's YouTube channel and get some competitor insights. So what I'll do is pick a channel. In fact, I'll pick a channel of say, someone who's really popular in the space, just to see how well it works with a live example. So what I've done is I've picked the YouTube channel address for Neil Patel, who's pretty famous sort of SEO digital marketer, and you can see here, all it's doing is basically showing me the difference. He's got 539 public videos, 23 million views, and 576,000 subscribers, and I'm pretty rubbish in comparison. But handy little detail if you want to track how you're performing compared to your competitors. So those are the functionalities of Tubics, but what do I actually think about it, as a product? Well, let's start by going over to the pricing, because that's a key component. So you can see here there's three basic pricing options. There's 39 a month, 69 a month, 139 a month. This is all US dollar pricing, by the way. The $39 a month is what the trial gives you. So that gives you one channel, one user, 25 tracked keywords. Now, as far as value for money goes, this is where I think it falls down a little bit. The functionality is good, but the value for money isn't amazing. And that's why when it came up for sale on AppSumo, if I recall correctly, a lot of people basically were in the comments saying, hey, I finally jumped on this because finally it makes sense from a value for money perspective. At $39 a month, like where I live in New Zealand, $39 a month, our currency is quite weak at the moment. That's getting on for sort of $75, maybe something like that. That's a lot of money each month. When you consider that a lot of people, are not going to be uploading a huge volume of videos. What it teaches you is the sort of step-by-step of good practice or best practice with regards to having good descriptions, good tags, good titles, all those kinds of things. But there's no sort of magic sauce in here. It's just a really simple way of forcing yourself to do things right, a little bit like the sort of traffic light framework in a lot of the SEO plugins you get on things like WordPress. They're not going to drastically catapult you into the stratosphere of YouTube superstardom or SEO fame, but it does help you work through the process. But at that sort of price, it's getting relatively expensive, in my opinion, when you consider that that's only one channel, it's only one user, and you're only able to track 25 keywords. So if you're someone like me who puts out a lot of content, because I do a lot of videos for LinkedIn, I've blown well past that. For me to track the number of videos that I've got and still have a bit of room to grow, I'd have to jump all the way up to the business plan, which is 139 a month. It is a lot of money. So this is where I think Tubics, although the functionality is very good, it falls down a little bit in value for money in my perspective. Now, the exception to this rule, the way around this problem is if you can find a good discount code, wait for another deal to come up on AppSumo. I can't actually remember how much it was off the top of my head. I don't have that in front of me, but I remember it being incredibly well priced compared to what you'd normally pay for a subscription. I think it was like a lifetime deal or something crazy like that. Like you paid, for a couple of months worth or something, and you got a whole lifetime subscription. I'm happy to be corrected, and maybe it's run multiple promos in the past. And if I can find anything, I'll stick it in the video description as well as a link that you can go check out. But yeah, basically, this is probably my biggest gripe with the product. The functionality is good, but $39 a month, most people would probably be going for this plan. That's a lot of money to pay when you consider you're only able to track 25 keywords, which is not enough. And really, what you're paying for primarily is either the rank tracking or the video optimization. Now, one way around it, obviously, is that you could look to say sign up for a free trial, optimize the videos you've got, and then basically take the guidelines they give you and write them out in an Excel file or a Word doc as a little checklist, and then follow along with that. And basically, you wouldn't have to pay anymore. You'd not get the rank tracking, but depending on how important that is to you, maybe you can live without it anyway. But this is, value for money is where I think this product falls down a little bit. Everything else I actually like about it. It's super easy to use. It sort of gamifies the whole process. It does seem effective. I've only started using it. I think you get a 14-day free trial, and I'm got 10 days left, so I'm literally 4 days into using it. At this stage, I probably won't continue a subscription. I'll wait for something like AppSumo to come along and do another deal on it. Not because I think it's a bad product. I think it's actually an excellent product. It's so easy to work with, and it just takes the grunt work out of doing some of these, YouTube optimization tasks. I just know, hey, I've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes before my next meeting, something like that. I can jump on and optimize a couple of videos and work down the list. And what I'm hoping to see is that in, 30, 60, 90 days time, things are picking up and I'm getting more views and subscribers and everything. So from that perspective, it's great, but the value for money is just a little bit poor in my opinion. If it was, say, $10 to $15 a month for that basic subscription, maybe 20, then I'd be saying, okay, it's worth it because the tracking's handy. It's so easy to work with. The time saving would be worth it. But as it stands at the moment, if you want to use Tubics, I think you should, but trial it first. And then probably wait for an AppSumo type deal to come along, because unless you're a heavy user of YouTube, so unless you're perhaps doing this for, say, clients, in which case, if you've got, say, the business option, you've got, say, 5 channels, 6 users, 200 track keywords. Well, if you've got, say, 4 or 5 client channels, and you split that up, amortize the cost across them, and they're paying you to help optimize their videos and channels. Well, that's actually not a bad deal at all. But if I needed to pay for it just for myself, for my one channel, really not a very good deal. It's a lot of money for the functionality. So yeah, that's my review of Tubics. Basically, the good points: so easy to work with, really quite nice functionality around that video optimization and rank tracking. It's just easy, it's simple, it's concise. It's kind of foolproof, really, which I really like. There's basically no learning curve whatsoever. The downsides, the tags and video ideas, if they could suggest better tag and video idea suggestions, more of them, that I think would shift the value proposition of the product a lot, because that to me is the biggest weakness. It's just too expensive for what it is. But as I said, if you find a good deal through something like AppSumo, or if you're happy with the pricing, because obviously value is in the eye of the purchaser, then I don't think you're actually going to be disappointed with the functionality. This is certainly not a product that I've tried that I thought, oh, this isn't any good. I think it's actually fantastic. It's just falling down a bit on that value for money side of the equation. So yeah, hopefully you found this helpful. If you've got any questions, just leave a comment below. If you found a great deal online somewhere else other than AppSumo, maybe share it with the rest of us. And I'm here to help with any questions you've got about how it functions. If you found this helpful, please subscribe for more digital marketing tutorials. That's the focus of this channel, but I also do product reviews when it makes sense. So if I've tried something for myself or for clients, I'll also do product reviews as well. And hopefully you found this interesting. My product reviews generally just screen captures like this, because I'm generally reviewing software or digital product, info products, books, those kinds of things. But my normal videos obviously are filmed quite a bit differently. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.